Scotty Alexander, welcome to Rebecca Creek Distillery. Some of you braved the rain. Some of you, I called earlier and I'm like, are we still on? He's like, yes, we're coming inside. We're going. No, thank you. This is super cool. I'm glad we're in the barrel room. Am I saying it right? Barrel room? Yeah. You ever see those massive fail videos for one thing hits?
Why you gotta curse us?
I'm having an anxiety attack slightly.
You're in trouble.
There's 4 stories of hangover right there. All right, we'll pick some tunes. Thanks y'all for squeezing in. Let's do. I'll do the one that Miss Debbie Green has shared with the world. Here's a little true story about me and my dad on a buck hunting trip, and he gave me my rite of passage by cracking open a beer. He handed it to me and he said, "Don't tell your mother." So I never forgot that. Here's a little story called My First Beer. Don't remember the words to that song. Who I danced with a senior prom. It's just been way too long. Don't remember what movie we saw. Yet they're driving in my first car. It's been too many years. Yeah, but I remember my first beer. For the most of us, the details turn to dust. Even with that buzz, I can't see it crystal clear. Yeah, I remember my first beer. 3 or 4 is more than plenty, but you wind up drinking 3 too many. But you don't learn that for a few more years. Yeah, after you've had your first beer. For the most of us, the details turn to dust. Even with that buzz, I can't see it crystal clear. Yeah, I remember my first beer. Dad said, "Son, don't tell your mother. We're both gonna get in trouble." He cracked that can wide open. It was music to my ears. Yeah, I remember my first beer. Yeah, I remember my first beer. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, can I get our water? I forgot to.
Here.
Just swallow it. Just swallow it for
All right,
further
Scotty,
life.
we're gonna go live on Rebecca Creek's Facebook, so no cussing.
No cussing?
No cussing.
Okay.
No dang cussing. No dang cussing, y'all. Took turns.
Shoot fire, I'm done cussing for the night.
Just for a song or two.
You always say that in a late night set. You do the first one, and you know people in the county fair, the rodeo, are a little earlier. by later in the night next to closing time, that's when you say, yeah, make sure the kids are up, because we're we're no longer doing the G-rated version, but we will now. Hi everybody, live on Rebecca Creek. Nice to see you out there. My name is Scotty Alexander. And to those in the back of the room, Katie and Kay holding up the back row, nice to see you. This is awesome, like everybody's in the front row today. All right, I'm gonna do a song that I wrote. This song has actually got a few years underneath its belt already, but it's gonna come out on a new record, a little tune called You Make Pretty Look Easy. It's how you hold me with your hand. It's in the way you touch your hair. Just breathe that out in, that's when you make me have to stop and stare. 'Cause your beauty's not just skin deep. Yours runs right down to the bone. Everybody seems except you, so there's something you should know. You make pretty look easy. You don't even have to try. That come here, kiss me, baby. Smile that's written on your face. For you it comes so naturally. You make pretty look easy. You can roll your eyes and laugh and tell me that it's just not you. But baby, I'm lying, I'm in love with every little thing you do. 'Cause you make pretty look easy. You don't even have to try. That come here, kiss me, baby. Smile that's written on your face. For you it comes so naturally. You make pretty look easy. You don't need your hair done and makeup and all the things you think you do. Just give me a chance to prove you make pretty look easy. Then come here, kiss me, baby. Smile that's written on your face. For you it comes so naturally. You make pretty look easy. Thank you.
That made me feel pretty.
I'm Scotty, what's your name, man?
I'm Brad, brother.
Nice to meet you.
Gotcha. I got you on video.
I love it, man. I like our hats too. We got matching hats, yeah. This hat is thanks to Mark. See, that's how that happened. If you didn't like that song, you're gonna love this one. This is the anti-love song. I think this is Debbie's favorite song. It's the anti-love song. Okay, and I always tell this little story too because A, it's true, and B, it's how I get into the song. I'm headed to a job at about an hour to drive, hour and a half to drive and to pick up. All I had was an envelope and a pen, and I'm scratching on the dashboard this song, and I get to where I'm going, and I call my wife, and I said, honey, I wrote a new song, and of course she's 1,000% supportive, and she said, oh, that's great, honey, I can't wait to hear it. And I said, well, you should know something first, though. It's not about you. It's a fictitious story, honey. It has nothing to do. Here's a little song called Go Away. You say that you're moving out sometime this month. You've been threatening to leave, but you won't take your stuff. I guess you think that'll scare me, and I'll beg you to stay. help move your crap. You say that I'll miss you when you leave me someday. Well, how can I miss you if you won't go away? Just for the record, my friends hate your guts. My mama don't like you. She's convinced that you're nuts. Yeah, don't let your butt get hit by the boat. Yeah, really just said that. What are you waiting for? Get off my couch. It's time to pack. Honey, I'll buy the boxes and I'll help move your crap. You say that I'll miss you when you leave me someday. Well, how can I miss you if you won't go away? No, we can't work it out this time. Your ride's over. I've made up your mind. Get off my couch. It's time to pack. Honey, I'll buy the boxes and I'll help move your crap. You say that I'll miss you when you leave me someday. Well, how can I miss you if you won't go away? I ain't gonna miss you. Please just go away. The anti.
Someone from Costa Rica on here. She's doing a live. And Tom Bates from the George Strait Band is on here. Tom Bates.
Tom!
Say hi, Tom.
Hey, Mark. Nice to see you, my friend.
Costa Rica Senator.
Costa Rica. Sorry, that's really bad. It's not what I knew.
Better than everything else you've done.
That's my older brother. Mom liked me better and he still can't stand it. That's all.
They just told you I was your brother.
I'm going to tell one quick golf story because you're sitting right next to Chris, all right? We're playing the beautiful course of Corriera, right? And Maynard steps up to the tee box and he's having a bad day. He's not hitting the ball. He's hitting the big ball first before he hits the ball. It's just not that pretty, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. And so he steps up there, and so me and Chris and his dad and their son and everything standing behind him. Maynard turns around and he goes, "Oh, don't watch me." And Chris's dad, David, goes, "We're trying not to."
Rough crowd. Love it.
All right, speaking of Brian Maynard, let's do a song that Brian Maynard and I wrote up in Horseshoe Bay just a few weeks ago. This is a song about sobriety, isn't it, Maynard? Yes, it is. Yes, it's a song about sobriety, but it's more about the part where we all lie to ourselves when we decide we're going to dry out for a little bit. Here's a little tune called "Damn You Whiskey." There you go. Don't like the way that you treat me, but I love the way you make me feel. And I'm a fool that keeps believing that the lies you keep telling me are real. Tomorrow morning I'll be praying that today's the day that I don't reach for you. But every night I find a reason to fall off the wagon and back in love with you. This time's the last time, this time I mean it. Even though you're my favorite song, This bottle in my hand might be the last drink I ever poured. Might be the one I pour before I pour one more. This time's the last time, this time I mean it. Even though you're my favorite sin. But every night we fight, every night I lose. Damn you whiskey, you win again. Said every night we fight, every night I lose. Damn you whiskey, you win again. This time's the last time, this time I'll be there. Even though you're my favorite sin. Every night we fight, every night I lose. Damn you whiskey, you win again. So every night we fight, every night I lose. Damn you whiskey, you win again. Brian Maynard on sobriety right there.
In a room full of whiskey.
In a room full of whiskey.
This is hell.
I smell enough of it, maybe it'll get back in me.
Seep it through your pores right now.
Let's see if it's through my pores. Listen, I drank enough, it's still coming out my pores, dog. I'm still in. Yeah, right?
I just remember I was writing and he was sleeping and I'd say, does that sound good? He's like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's how I remember it too. Oh, and I'll sing a song that y'all know. Now, this is one of my favorites. It's going to be a remake, the only remake that we do on the new record. But it's one of my favorites. When I was a little kid being inspired by country music, it was the greats that we miss today, Mr. Glenn Campbell. So here's one that maybe you know. It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and ink stains that have dried upon some line. Keeps you on the back roads by the rivers of my memory. For hours you're just gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and I've been planted on their columns now that bind me. Or something that somebody said because they thought we fit together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing or forgiving when I walk along some railroad track and find that you're waiting on the back roads by the rivers of my mind. For hours you're just gentle on my mind. From between us. Some other woman's crying to her mother cause she turned and I was gone. I still might run in silence, tears of joy might stain my face, and the summer sun might burn me till I'm blind. cannot see you walking on the back roads, and for hours you're just gentle on my mind. Or I might dip my cup of soup back from a gurgling, crackling cauldron in some train yard, with my beer up in cold pile and a dirty hat pulled low across my face. Through cupped hands round the tin can, I pretend to pull you to my breast and find that you're waiting on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, and for hours you're just gentle on my mind. You're so gentle on my mind. Thank you.
That's a beautiful arrangement.
Isn't that a pretty song? And thanks for the love on the guitar solo, but I'll tell you honestly, I took probably 85% of that directly from a live performance that Glenn did, and I sat there like a nerd and recorded it on YouTube until I picked it out pretty close. That's all his. That's just me copying what he did, but thanks for the love on that. Shoplift, of course, but only from the finest stores. Something like that. Isn't that how it goes, man? You're good.
He can't protest now.
So speaking of things that come out of the cloud to you, anybody that's ever penned a song will tell you this. Sometimes you wrestle them to the ground over the course of a week or two or a month, and other times you just hold still and you're a conduit, and they just kind of drop out of you. And that's the way this next song came about. It was our anniversary in March, and I knew that I wanted to say this, and I knew that I had to write it, and I was lucky enough that I was paying attention when it came through the cloud. Here's a little tune called Guilty. 99 life sounds like a hell of a deal. 'Cause you're gonna throw the book at me when you hear how I really feel. So just look in my eyes and you'll see, baby, I'm guilty. Caught red-handed loving you for eternity. So lock me up, tie me down, and throw away the key. 'Cause if loving you's a crime, then I'm convicted right out of my mind. Baby, I'm guilty. A misdemeanor or two, but nothing near as serious as you. I've hung around the wrong crowd and got in trouble a time or two. But when the good Lord comes back to judge me, He'll say, son, now how do you plead? And I'll say I'm guilty. Caught red-handed loving you for eternity. So lock me up, tie me down, and throw away the key. 'Cause if loving you's a crime, then I'm convicted right out of my mind. Yeah, baby, I'm guilty. Yeah, baby, I'm guilty. Caught red-handed loving you for eternity. So lock me up, tie me down. sounds like a hell of a deed. All right, let's see. I had one of my favorite tunes came about when I was up in Amarillo, and we were dove hunting. We got up on a place that we could see out, and it's just so apparent that Amarillo has that I guess what am I trying to say? Reputation that it's just kind of a wide spot in the road. It's just kind of a truck stop, and you stop at the Big Texan and you choke down 72 ounces of steak if you want to, and you keep going. You know what I mean? But there was this day that we were up there, and it was just so beautiful. And it was just a day that you could tell God had just blessed. Everything was just right. And I turned to my friend and manager, Dean Crump, and I said, man, some say the plains are as flat as a board, but I swear they are the front porch to heaven's door. And that was a line I never forgot. And I rolled around a little bit, and this song came out, one called Welcome to Texas. Some say the panhandle is flat as a board. I swear the plains on the front porch to heaven's door, with a road sign say, welcome to Texas. It's the only place a stranger feels like he's coming home. The way a sinner feels when all his sins are gone. The fine folks say, welcome to Texas. Welcome to Texas, just three little words mean a whole lot more in your life. If it's the place you lay your head at night, then they're more than just the words on a highway sign. Welcome to Texas. I was taken in like him, just might fit on land day tune. Been circled down and looking back one hot afternoon, and a cowboy said, welcome to Texas. Yeah, I knew that I'd be alone and that I'd finally made it home. Thank God we left him away in the red dirt with his songs, where the cowgirls say, bienvenidos a Texas. Welcome to Texas, just three little words mean a whole lot more in your life. If it's the place you lay your head at night, then they're more than just the words on a highway sign. Yeah, welcome to Texas. Welcome to Texas, just three little words mean a whole lot more in your life. If it's the place you lay your head at night, then they're more than just the words on a highway sign. Oh, and everybody said, welcome to Texas. Thanks, y'all. Oh, that's fun. How am I doing on time? Did I? Oh, yeah, I just saw a song.
You make me feel pretty and proud to be a Texan.
At least, well, we got time for two more? Perfect, that'd be great.
Did you hear what he said?
No, I missed it.
I said, you made me feel pretty and proud to be a Texan all in one night.
That means he has to do three more.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm married, but we can go bowling with it. got time for a couple songs. I'm going to switch off. We'll give the last couple to the fiddle again.
Hey, babe, you can go bowling with him, but no drive-in movies.
Yeah, driving moves. You got it. That's a hell of a move.
I'm with you.
So this is kind of what NFR is like today. This is a mild version. Mild version.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You gotta come to
Hello, sir.
NFR, okay? You have to.
Did you check your ticket stub with the usher? Because I'm not sure that's your designated chair.
Just play.
Just play.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
So I've always loved this song. There's a handful of songs that you have to play as a fiddle player, and throughout your life, if you do it for a couple of decades, it can kind of get redundant. But this song, so far, I haven't got tired of. I always love this one. I spent last night in the arms of a girl in Louisiana, going out on the highway, my thoughts are still with her. Such a strange combination of the woman and the child. Such a strange situation, stopping every 100 miles, calling Baton Rouge. Replaying last night's events roll through my mind, except a scene or two erased by sweet red wine. I see a truck stop sign, I heard some watching the lanes. I need a cup of coffee and a couple dollars change, calling Baton Rouge. Operator, won't you put me on through? Gotta send my high love down to Baton Rouge. Hurry up, won't you put it on the line? I gotta talk to the girl just a one.